Yeah, he asked me if we were going to play in Liverpool, and I said, yeah, we actually haven't got a plan to play there at the moment, but I know I'll want to go there, and Glasgow. So I'm blowing the scheme wide open by saying we're playing there when it's not even booked. But we'll get there. I just like certain cities. Liverpool for obvious reasons, because it's my hometown. And Glasgow, because, I don't know, I feel a sympathy with people from Glasgow. I'm not sure if we're going to Greece. I don't think there's any plans at the moment. But it would be nice. But it's nearly always up to the promoters, you know, whether they can kind of route all that stuff. So there's no plans at the moment. And the revival of the Beatles is only a little revival. It's not really like a tour or anything heavy like that. All it is that they're making a 10-part series on the Beatles for television, like a documentary about the Beatles story. And I suggested that if they had any bits of music that they needed, it might be a good idea to, for me, George and Ringo, to maybe make a fresh piece of music. It would kind of give us an excuse to get together, really, without a heavy pressure situation where people are saying the Beatles are reforming. Now, of course, when I said that, turned into a headline that the Beatles are reforming. But it's really, at the moment, we're only planning to do one piece of music.
When?
When? Whenever we get it together, basically. It's not scheduled in at the moment, but, you know, the fact that we've said we'll do it, probably this year sometime. After the tour, I suppose. Unfortunately, the European dates are a bit of a long way off at the moment, so I can't confirm it. I've no idea, actually. We've been trying to get to Russia or, you know, that way, where it's like Poland or those kind of places, but I don't know, there's always something gets in the way. I'm never sure what it is, whether it's the promotion or the weather or whatever, you know. I'd like to play in Poland, but there isn't a date set at the moment.
Hello, this is Finland calling.
Hello, Finland. No, there was quite a lot of feedback from it. When you do that kind of thing and support someone like Friends of the Earth, you've just got to be happy with whatever feedback you get, even if it's just one kid going to school and taking our program and giving a lecture to the class and using the facts that Friends of the Earth have put in our program, which I know happened quite a few times. And I know Friends of the Earth themselves got quite an increase in their membership. So it was good, you know, every little bit helps. you know, they're a very good organization, and they're trying to keep a check on these kind of ecological disasters that happen. So, you know, I support them. And I think there was very good feedback, yeah. No, I don't really. I'm not really a great swearer, actually, normally. But it didn't really bother me too much when it was banned. I kind of expected it because, you know, songs with that word in it are going to get banned or pretty close to it. And it's only the adventurous stations will dare play it, which there are one or two, you know, late night shows will play it. The thing with it was that I wrote the song when I was in Tokyo, and I don't know, I'd been thinking about, you know, the men in smoke-filled rooms who kind of run our lives and make all these decisions. Like, for instance, going down to the Brazil Earth Summit, and before they even get there saying, well, we're not going to sign, you know. I sensed that a lot of people were really annoyed at that kind of behavior. And this song kind of slipped out. It was around about that time. And the F word came out. Instead of saying they're mucking it up for everyone, I used the F word. And I won't say it because you might be early evening television. No, I don't use it that often in conversation, but I felt it was essential to the plot in that song. We'd recorded the track of Come On People and quite pleased with it. It kind of came quite spontaneously. And then we thought it'd be nice to have an arrangement on it. This one felt like it needed to go a bit bigger. Come On People, a bit more of an anthem. So I rang George Martin up. And he was very sweet. He said, Paul, you know, he said, are you sure you want to use me? Because he's sort of almost trying to retire now, George. I said, George, come on, of course I want to use you, you know, it'd be brilliant. So do an arrangement with me, you know. We'll work the same way we always did. We just sit down together, decide what to do, and George writes it up and conducts it. And it worked great. He got up on the rostrum, was conducting it like a young man, and, you know, a teenager kind of thing. He put all his spirit into it. And it was lovely. Halfway through the session, he just sort of leaned over, he said, super song, Paul. And I mean, that is praise indeed, you know, from George. That's like you.
I'm overtired, overfed, overpaid, and over budget. And I'm Kevin Godley.
If I were on the stage, what else I'd like to be? If I were not on the stage, an opera singer me, you'd hear me all day long, singing out this song.
The piano is an old piano and I suppose represents the way things have been done before. Smashed up, it's broken, they're disassembling this and turning it hopefully into a beautiful new, clean and wonderful piano, which I suppose represents a hopeful future.
Playback! I think of it as very 60s. I think of it as a bit Beatle-y too. But whereas in the past I used to resist, I mean, in the more recent past, I used to try and resist any Beatle influences, thinking, well, you know, I've done that bit of my career, maybe I should now try and do something completely different.